Okay. Get this put away.
On my friend, and she was really good at creating small little ice clones of herself. Really annoying in combat, especially when she would take
Wait.
a back step and leave a mirror image of herself.
Oh,
Surprise.
hi. I wasn't expecting to see you today.
I stopped by your door, but I hesitated upon knocking because I didn't know if you were in.
Probably a good thing. I have a roommate who stays in there and he's probably still asleep. He stayed up way too late. Do you like coffee? I brought coffee back with me. Hi.
I do. Hi. Do you want? I was going to ask for a hug, but not while your hand is occupied. Come here, sweetie.
Well, the issue is,
That's actually
Good
something.
to see you.
It's good to see you.
Been a while.
with those sort
So
of things,
eventually, I think a certain delivery
Changed up your hair.
need to be worked on.
Kind of letting it go a bit. I just felt like I needed to do something different, you know?
Might have
Change things up because otherwise it just kind of becomes monotonous, right?
well, I did
Of
promise
course.
by the next time that I
It looks
accompany
very
you
nice,
back.
and it looks like you've been taking very good care of it.
Oh, well,
no,
I
that's
mean,
not what I'm talking about. Not
it's
that
supposed to
I'm
look messy, but
going
that's like kind of in or something. I don't know. I have a classmate who advised it. I'm not sure if I'm
either we go to them
believing her, but
or
I don't know. It's something different.
pack up and go because
Still polish it and all that. How have you been?
I've been quite alright. I've just been spending far too much time hibernating.
That does make sense.
Oh.
At home.
Put it up.
Goodness. Well, I hope that went all right.
Yeah, she wouldn't.
It's
Nothing.
been a very tiring couple of years for
She had a little
my job, and I finally had some
gee.
time to rest, and I was encouraged to
That's what we'll call it.
sleep, and
So, yes.
when a dragon sleeps, they hibernate.
Of course. Well, I hope it was restful.
It was, and when I eventually did
We'll see.
wake back up again,
I did
I
definitely want to
missed being around people.
talk to, especially how she's still in Dakota.
Yeah,
It
I
might be
kind of get that one.
time for her to
Be hard to motivate yourself. You don't have
Like she
anything
needs
to
it.
Don't sneeze.
focus on.
Then again, that would have gotten everyone else injured or killed.
Learning the
I'm
whole
glad to see you.
really old people kind of thing,
Not having
I'm
to
gonna be
slowly but
heading
surely. No offense,
actually
like not saying
for
you're
a short duration.
you know what I mean.
I think you would
I know what you mean, dear.
not looking
Yeah,
You're quite alright.
Trust
the whole
scouting.
you know, outlive people by a few dozen eons.
Just a few.
Yeah. So
I'll be back.
just
yes.
visiting or?
If you've ever seen a ghoul, but
Like I said,
Just
I'm
visiting.
going to be scouting the
Oh,
area first.
okay.
they're
Cool.
Make sure that
I just got back.
the
I
area
And
is-
if I had
Yes,
known you were
I
gonna be
see
here, I
that.
would have tried to
there was a lot of
get back sooner. I was taking my time.
the archangels.
I go on runs every so often. I go and get coffee and stuff and find nice running spots and take pictures and that sort of thing to
unlivable.
give me something to do, because otherwise it's
Not just
so
because of
boring.
what happened, but because of what they
Um,
guessed there.
I could see
Even
that,
if
yes.
you tried to move back,
Yeah,
then
well, I mean, there's not a lot of space to run
The
here,
soils
and
have
you can only run around in a circle like so many times before it gets boring, and
basically
so I go
unhallowed
looking for
ground.
like nice running
Without-
spots. It kind of reminds me
I
of like
guess
the
best.
little adventures we would go on when I
In a
was little.
plane like that, that
Or
doesn't mean that infernal creatures
younger.
just
Mhm.
show up there. So it's
Um,
just
I know what you mean, dear.
Yeah, when Dad would take us to
been a little bit
go
of a
visit
time,
someplace
and
new.
Eventually, even the archangels
Reminds me of that
get what they've
sometimes.
done.
I find
And
really nice
nature
places. I
returns.
can show you some pictures later if you want. I take them with
I'd
the
love to see them.
cell phone. That's new. I
Mhm.
can take pictures now. Don't have to remember things by like just memory. I can take
Very
pictures.
handy.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
fun.
still trying to get used to technology myself.
It's taking me some time, but I'm getting the hang of it. Kind of have had to, because the whole school thing. Still studying to be a medic and all that stuff like from before, but since nobody remembers my school or there's no records of it ever existing, telling people, oh yeah, I have knowledge on some of this stuff has been a little difficult. But I found this really nice school. They do online stuff. I don't have to worry about commuting and all that, and I can learn like I was before. It's just a little boring, and things are way more complicated nowadays. There's so many like different kinds of people.
Oh yes, there are. I mean,
So much
if
of it
you
I have
want
to
to talk
memorize.
volume
Crazy.
of different kinds of people, even just beyond this plane, it becomes a lot
Yeah.
more than this.
Yeah, I mean, we were just studying the 12 sub races of elves, like the 12 known and widely here in the materials plane, people traveling back and forth. And, people always get hurt and need medical help, so we have to know this sort of stuff. It's hard, but that's why I'm in school.
Of course. Well, did you want to take your coffee over to the kitchen?
I need to put it in
I don't
the
want it
fridge
to go
'cause
cold.
I prefer the cold stuff. Tastes better
Oh.
to me, at least.
I have to say, one of the more
Something I
alright.
got into the habit of back before everything happened.
I have to say, one of
It's,
the
it tastes good, nice and bitter.
It was almost beautiful in a weird way. It was a dragonfly that like zapped things, like it was a little bug light.
Yeah, I can't explain that one.
Oh, if you'd like, I'd put pizza in the fridge there if you'd like to reheat that.
Oh, I thought I could smell something.
Yeah, Rochelle just made pizza for everybody.
Yeah, it was a New Orleans fat boy.
Fat boy?
It's called
Which
a-
apparently means
Fatty.
put everything on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
All the
Okay.
cheeses and all the meats.
I'm not a huge fan of pizza, but I mean, I'll eat it sometimes. It's not bad. Very greasy.
Quite
your call.
enjoyable.
Sits weird in my stomach. It's like greasy, oily
I'm
kind of
surprised
stuff.
you actually have a stomach.
I have something. It's like a hollow, I guess. I don't know.
In the
Not like you.
literal sense of the word.
Yeah. Like something akin to a stomach.
Yeah.
Mm.
More like, I mean, I guess it is like a stomach. I don't know. I put stuff in, nothing comes back out. It's weird.
Hmm.
Rock people
That's
Maybe
physiology.
it's
a
more
perfect
efficient.
stomach then.
I
Usually it's
guess.
the most efficient of them.
anyways.
Either that or we find out that in the center of her it goes to another plane.
I mean, that was a theory at one
What?
point,
I would be very surprised to learn
but
that.
nothing ever, like came back out. And stuff does sit in there, like swallowing water is awful. A few times I have been in water and, submerged because sink like a rock.
But you don't need to breathe, so does that mean that if you fill up with water, you just have to be emptied out?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a horrible image.
it's unpleasant.
And I just picture Ashra
Feeling
flipping her
things.
upside down and just...
That's
I was about to say that was the unfortunate image.
yeah, that. Thank
Well,
you, Hezekiah.
My apologies.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Don't flip me over, please. Not a shark.
I don't plan on it. It is not my place to do so.
But yeah. Hi.
Howdy. But yeah, I couldn't really tell you what causes it either, but basically, yeah, they just fly around and be with like a...
Some things
What's
haven't
those
really
glowing
changed much.
bugs from here?
Still,
Wait, you're...
horribly socially
Ashra, you're
inept sort of
right.
thing. What?
Is
Ashra
it literally
stays
just
in
a
your
glow
room, right?
bug?
Yeah, he's... Did you need him? I can go shake him.
But yeah,
no,
either way, basically just...
I was messaging him earlier. We were sitting and
And
talking about the spy.
you'd
but
see them
you haven't
flying
eaten
around
any of
the
pineapples
cattle or
that
your
he's
big
kept,
corners
right?
or your other livestock. Just
No, he told me he
And,
threw them all
you
away.
kill the flies.
Alright, fair enough.
Maybe it's something that uses electrostatic.
Did he keep some of them?
I hope he threw them all away.
I hope
don't
so
know, that's
too.
what I'm
Those
trying to
things are
make
like
sure.
a biohazard. They're
there
like
have been some
fey
species out there that have been able
sneezed
to
pineapples.
utilize
He got cursed.
electrostatic to use,
Fey stuff, you know how it
natural
is.
Ah.
electric shock.
Should I be
Very high
concerned about
voltage,
this,
but-
Sasha?
What, like an eel or something?
Kind of, yeah.
I'm always concerned
Only
about
if he
him,
wants
but
to
more
make you
like because
something.
he's my friend and he does like dumb stuff pretty frequently. So it's less of like a
He
concern
frequently
because
blows up
of
the
him, but
kitchen.
more of a concern. Yeah,
Not
that too.
literally.
Concerned for him. He's obsessed with this concept that he calls macro waves, but
God in heaven.
he hasn't.
He will
I
kill
haven't
somebody
had
if he does that.
the. I was. Yeah, basically. He doesn't know how to use a microwave.
Also, regarding
Thing
the
I
Fuck.
see.
Cook food with. He doesn't know how to use it. It's got a microwave because it
Mm.
uses
Oh
microwave
yeah, the whole wooden.
emissions.
Hmm.
You know.
I
I'm
no,
familiar
no,
with it, yes.
Okay, so you are.
I was gonna
Every
tell
day
Wasn't-
Arbor
in
that
the
I've
kitchen.
disposed of all the
He wants to like mess with
sneezed
it to like
out
make
produce
it.
Oh, the
that I
Fabies.
found. Yes, Fabies.
We're not really
I
calling it
threw
that, are
everything
we?
away that
Mm.
that Mocha sneezed out, so hopefully that will reduce.
This is like a
Problems?
neurological disease, not like a sinus infection
I
of.
swear every
fruit.
day he goes to cook, Ariel marks him one step closer to a what she likes to call break in the natural order of things.
He already is.
Not according to an archangel, she has a lot of patience.
I imagine this will be a lot more
Archangel.
vicious than the eventual
so how do you see her?
spoon attack that BB will unleash
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
whenever
Oh,
she's feeling
um,
better. Ow.
Ariel, goddess of nature and order.
He's a paladin.
See. And I overheard you saying earlier you were from Elysium.
Yep. Born there.
I'm from the
Interesting.
farm.
Why, do you know of it?
I'm from the weird
It's
space
usually a
rock
good thing and a bad
place.
thing at the same time.
I'm aware of it, yes.
I'm from a fishing colony.
Both from
You know,
general
we do a
knowledge
little bit of
plus
fishing,
knowing
but,
someone from there.
There's more rafting than fishing.
Mm.
And my rafts were never all that good. I'd use my grandmother's.
Well, you know it's
my
gone,
mom's.
right?
Oh, we had actual boats.
I'm aware.
Hmm.
Alright.
need
I was
to be
gonna
aware
say,
of
if
that kind
anybody
of
would
thing.
be aware, it's probably
She
gonna
was
be
a
her.
lot better at doing that stuff than I was. And whenever my
I
grandfather,
assume I know a lot of people hear this
well, I
stuff
mean,
from
they're
books.
basically my dad, but you know, did I tell you they was
That's
raised by
usually
my
Fair
not
enough.
parents?
written in the ones that you're able to get a hold of.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I should just
I don't
use mom and
You haven't heard
dad,
anything about
even though
home,
they're
have you?
Not my biological mom or dad.
I mean, not at
Just a
all.
weird
but
thought
I
that
plan
crept into
on
my head
going
one
there
day.
Soon.
I mean,
I was talking about my home, but cool that you're going home. I haven't been home in a long
don't
time.
believe
Mint
I
and grape
have.
juice.
Okay.
I guess.
Dad's still trying to convince me it's
Activity-
probably best to
acti-
just forget it ever existed.
Hmm.
He was here a
Activity
couple
and
months ago.
word on that.
Should
Mm.
reach out. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you.
Yes, Hypers told me that he came around, which surprised me because he haven't seen him leave the void in quite some time.
I mean, it's not like it's like a common thing, but it's happened like.
Again, I can't
Well, okay,
really complain.
Obviously, I can't
because
remember
I've
everything
been hibernating.
I'm gonna get
because
to bed
like
and
the
get
thing we
some
told you
sleep.
about, but
Alright, you take care, get some
he's
rest.
been here apparently a couple of times since I was first.
Don't go invading
Woke up.
ghost malls and
He's
your
at least been keeping tabs on
dream.
me. so-
Do you need what they call it? Melatonin?
I'm glad.
I don't know if that'll work.
Hmm.
I know he's rather busy, as am I, but I'm at least relieved that he will come in and check on you.
Like I said, it's not often, but you know, he at least keeps tabs on me. And I know if I ever need help, I can call out and he'll hear me.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't
I
That's always a
heard anything
positive.
about Mom, though, have you? Did you? Well, I mean, I guess you were hibernating, so probably not. She
not in the couple of times that I've woken up since then.
Okay. It's okay.
I wish I
I
could
mean,
tell
I'm
you
not
that I have.
really expecting it, but I have only made contact once, and it was very unconventional and very confusing. But she's doing okay, as far as I can tell. She just needed to step away from just people. I think she was feeling something about it all. She was okay at the very least.
I understand, but I know that she is also your mother and is a friend to me, and
She was always distant, so, you know, this is just a little extra distant. So maybe she'll
I suppose.
come back
but
around to it eventually. I'm sure if
Then again, it's
people
not exactly like
really
you have the
care.
best role models in that term of parental figures always being there.
I mean, that was something I just grew up with, and I mean, whether you want to consider that normal or not, I also don't think that my parents, or even you for that matter, are like normal by most people's standards, so I get it. You guys have your
Yes,
responsibilities.
but
And sure, one day I'll get
I
there
still
too.
always felt bad about it.
It was okay. I kept myself entertained.
There was a big difference between being entertained and being happy.
Well, yeah, but that's why I went to school. And I learned about all that stuff. Sorry. Still
It's
off
also
balance.
why I wanted to come back, because I miss being around and spending time with my favorite goddaughter.
Well, I mean, if you ever want to visit,
I fully intend to.
I do know of a few places that are like, I mean, I guess if you want to be around people. I can think of a few places. They're a little odd, some of them, but most of the time the people are really nice. Or if you don't want to be around people, I have acquired, well, not acquired, but created a nice list of fun places to go on runs.
I'm quite certain I could add a couple more places to it, as long as you're willing to travel a bit further.
Of course. Yeah,
In addition,
never
I
mastered the
think
whole
it's
portal
been.
thing, but
In addition,
really
I
good
think
at
it's been quite some time since I last let you fly on me. I think that would be fun to do again.
perhaps. Do you want to go on a ride? No, I'm always good for it.
Of course. It's been a while since I properly stretched my wings, anyways.
You've had plenty of rest, right?
I have. Although Danica keeps saying that I need to rest more, but she says that as she is pages deep in her studies.
Sounds like me.
It does.
What a
She
mirror,
reminds
then.
me of you quite a
I've
bit.
only seen her the one time, and it was like I didn't even get to say hi. She was like sort of in and out. I only found out later that she was
What
like
was
your
that?
apprentice or whatever.
It's the small and blue, right?
Yes. Small and blue and white.
Yes, I met her briefly when she showed up to hand off an object for some of the agents or something like that.
Yes, I had sent her here for that.
Been a while though since we've seen her around.
Well, like I said, she is a very devoted student. Sometimes to her own detriment. But I'll see if I can't convince her to come out with me and come visit more for non-emergency reasons.
Oh. Well, yeah, I don't know what to say. Still not great at conversations.
It's quite alright.
It's perfectly fine and all.
Oh,
but I need to prepare.
yes, I could tell you about I met some of
You all have fun. Stay safe, Charles. Be
my
back for regular training soon.
classmates.
Farewell.
From before the whatever happened, because none of them seem to recall what happened to me either. But I bumped into some of them, and we're all talking. I've even met some of the descendants of some of my classmates. They're kids, which it's been a little weird.
Yeah,
You know
I would imagine it would be weird.
You know the white-haired girl around here, Saya? And her brother, Curry. I think you've met them. Okay.
Yes.
They're the
I'm quite
son
familiar
and
with
daughter
Curry.
of one of my old classmates, which was really awkward at first getting to know them. Because
Really?
it was yeah. His name was Ryder.
That is an interesting coincidence.
It is very weird. I have some theories on that because weird magic, timey-wimey space stuff, but I don't know. I don't have a complete understanding of magic and the weave and all that stuff that we learned about when I was younger, but some of the still living friends of mine from before do think that there's a possibility that something is going on. So we're all just sort of keeping our ear to the ground about it. And then I'm just sort of, if I can ever find this again, I'm gonna hopefully do that.
Yes. That still always bothered me that I could never find it. The ability to
Just be
see
really
anywhere and
hidden somewhere. I mean, to be honest, I was gone for how long and nobody found me until someone tripped over a rock? Hidden in a forest somewhere, apparently. And someone found another in a cave. It's not like these are, like, in super specific spots.
It just always frustrated me that I was never able to find those parts of you.
I'm
I mean,
getting
would a
along
simple
without it.
Prosthetic work, or
Not really.
Not entirely. I can explain in a sec, but actually there was something that I didn't realize until recently because medical equipment and learning and doing some tests on myself. I am missing some parts that are currently filled in that should be different. So I was made out of the spinel. That was the stone that we identified that I was constructed of, right? I remember while I was in school, I lost a few pieces and they were replaced with other parts. Specifically, one I recall was there was a big chunk, I guess what would be my rib cage right around here, that we lost in the deserts of the Bagua. We were on a mission, I guess you want to call it, to clear out this cave of sandworms, big ones. There was apparently like a queen in there that was causing all sorts of trouble for people. And we were sent in to get rid of them and clear it all out. And yeah, a couple of them might have gotten to me on more than one occasion, and I got thrown around a little bit, and some of my pieces ended up falling out, and we tried to gather as many as we could, but we couldn't find all of them, and I was missing a few pieces, but actually, that friend of mine that I told you about before, Ryder, he managed to grab me a big chunk of emerald because we were in an emerald and amber mine. So he did his thing and grabbed a chunk of emerald that we were able to then cut down to size and fit it where the missing piece was. But that means that if I was put back together correctly, I should have a big green patch here. And a while back, we discovered that I have a bunch of, so when I would heal, the stone would sort of become flesh, or not flesh, but flush again, fully smooth, no sort of cracks or anything. But I have apparently a bunch of fault lines kind of just zigzagging through me in certain areas. Which means to me that the stone is not healing entirely correctly, or is somehow resisting the whatever allows me to do that. And in particular, there is no emerald here. It is just spinel. Which to me means that I may or may not have been put back together wrong. But it also means that there are other pieces of me that possibly you guys don't remember me ever having because I probably may have never mentioned it or it's been forgotten, or I think maybe I told Dad about it, but I don't remember if I did. To be honest, there are parts of my memory that are so jumbled that I can't think of it, so it's possible that I have lost other pieces and replaced them with other stuff. I mean, goodness knows, maybe the reason that I can't find my arm again is because we replaced it with completely different material at some point. Which would explain why you guys can't find it. or something. Maybe we found all of the
I
spinel pieces and we just haven't found the other pieces that are other.
I suppose it's possible, though I have no memory of having to replace your whole arm, but
Well, I mean, when I was little,
then again,
I only had the one really serious break, and that was Dad, and Dad fixed it, no problem. Like, that was easy. It was over and
yes,
done
I
with.
remember that.
Same arm, oddly enough. Coincidence is weird. Anyways, yeah, maybe while I was at school something happened. I mean, I do remember one time when one of the other classmates sort of got brainwashed and mind controlled or whatever by a big spooky evil tree. A Gultheus tree, actually. And she tried to steal my legs. Took a big metal pipe and smacked me with it real good.
Yes, I recall hearing about that.
Okay, yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if other things have happened that I don't remember. At least not right now. And unfortunately, without any sort of historical documentation or understanding of where those places were, no one seems to know where Abagua is or have any recollection of it. I know where Isidel is, but the area that was Abagua, nobody calls it Abagua. Everything's different. Land masses have shifted. That sort of thing. I don't know if it's magic or
Don't
something
mind me
else.
asking, how long ago was this?
To be honest, I don't know anymore. I thought it was
whole land
maybe about
masses
300
shift.
years ago, but there's also a possibility
It's-
that it was even longer than that. At this point, I
Has always been,
question
to my
my own
recollection, about 300 years, but again, it's
time slips by.
I mean,
quite
The
a few
whole
missing
loss of
puzzle
records
pieces
thing.
here.
Yeah. We were also dealing with some really weird stuff back then.
Well,
I don't
there's
know, did you
always
ever hear of a
something
big
weird
spooky
going on.
entity called the Darkness? Because that's all people knew how to call it.
No, I'm only familiar with the other 7 world-ending conflicts. Sorry.
Oh. Okay. That's right, you hang out in Zephyr.
Right. To my lack of health, but
Trust
I
me,
like some of the people there.
the stuff we were dealing with was more than just a city getting attacked or, people. I don't mean to say that it's not, threatening
Everyone's
or
got
a
their
problem.
struggles.
We were sailing across the world, putting out fires left and right. We used boats back
I
then.
see.
We didn't have spaceships or fancy teleportation circles or anything like that.
Sir, any sort of mechanized engine, or are we literally talking like you've got a canoe and wind?
Well, it wasn't a
sails.
canoe, but it was a big boat on the back of a turtle.
Oh,
We called him Seymour.
on the. This is new.
Yeah, it was a big boat.
I
That
don't
was,
believe
like,
this
strapped
was
to his
around in
back.
our age of sail.
I don't know. I mean, when there was no wind, it meant that we were still going pretty fast. Seymour
I
was
guess
great,
so.
though. I miss Seymour.
Turtle
He was a giant
lived a
turtle.
long dang time.
Well, considering he was a massive
Might
sea
still
turtle,
be
he was also
around.
probably pretty old. Maybe? I don't know. Either way, we were dealing with a lot. I know you've said you're from, like, another demi-plane or plane or something like that.
Right.
The stuff we were dealing with here was pretty severe.
Yeah, when I was around, everything that could have happened already happened with us. So I was gonna add that we lost place names and technologies in as little as 2 generations. So I'm not terribly surprised
To
that
be
no one
honest, we
may
were
no-
probably
may not
dealing
remember
with
the
something
name
of a
anymore.
very similar status.
Hmm.
There was an entire city destroyed by a completely separate threat. Actually, the tree I mentioned about, there was a city called Noria, completely destroyed and uprooted by a single tree. It's a magic tree, a very evil magic tree, but a tree nonetheless. Had like mind control powers and made all sorts of nasty, evil little tree creatures that would. Well, actually, some of them were really big. Almost got squished by one. It was a bad day.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you made it through at least.
Mm-hmm.
That's what matters in the end.
Well, I mean, that was always the case, but apparently at some point in time I didn't. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be in the state that I am now, so.
Hmm.
But yeah, we were dealing with some pretty nasty stuff back then. The question is what happened eventually.
You're here now, and that's what matters to me.
Yes, maybe, but that doesn't mean that not knowing makes me any happier. I hope to one day find some sort of answer for what happened. At the very least, I'd like to know how I died. Because if it's something really dumb, I'm just going to be angry at myself.
I wish I could say that I knew.
I mean, heck,
but...
who knows? Maybe I died more than once. Maybe this was a trend. My hope is that it was only once, though. I'd like to think I was good at what I was doing, but I can still do the glowy thing. Oh, put it back. Thank you. I can do the glowy thing still. Sort of. It takes a lot out of me, but, you know, I can still do it. Put it back.
You also said something that a simple prosthetic wouldn't work. What was that about, if you don't mind?
So you know how I'm like a rock person?
Right. I wasn't
So-
advocating for a cybernetic.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem is it's up here by past the elbow, so it's not as easy to just, you know, slap a stick on my arm or put a hook on there and
Don't
call
think
it
you
a
have.
day.
I
I don't.
said you didn't have muscles, right?
No, I am a
could it
rock
still-
person through and through.
Is there still the ball joint there, or is it literally just the?
I mean, if you're not squeamish, I could show you. It's not like gory or anything. It's just
I don't mind.
shattered rock.
I mean, I clearly advertise that I am a little crispy. Okay.
It's all rock.
So I know one older gentleman I knew back in training, he had some sort of prosthetic to where he had sort of closed things in this motion with his hand, but I have no idea how to replicate that. But you want to get your arm back, and I probably shouldn't, offer half-assed solutions.
I mean, to be fair, Ion Solution was a
quite a few problems
voice-controlled
with you.
arm.
A what?
Voice-controlled.
Voice controlled?
So I know how to do it on my phone, but I can hit a button and talk to the phone, and it'll type for me
Yes,
because it knows what I'm saying.
I've
and I can say that.
seen some things
Same
like
thing.
that.
He's thinking
Speech
like,
to
you know,
text.
I can tell the arm like, oh, extend arm and shh, grab.
That would take quite a lot of work in order to have.
Not exactly a perfect
Hey.
solution, but you know.
No, you would have to be constantly talking to your arm in order to
Yeah.
do things.
Oh, the problem is nobody really knows how I do stuff or think or, I don't think I have a brain in here, so that's why the normal cybernetic stuff didn't work before, because there's nothing for it to like,
Right.
hook up to, and they can't, implant me with some crazy chip or something in the back of my head to,
A lot of the
No, I wouldn't
solutions
advocate for
require
that
an
anyway.
organic body.
Yeah, this is going from an inorganic thing to yet another inorganic thing. The only other solution that might work, granted, never been tested before, would be to attach a completely foreign substance to my arm and see if it binds. Which I have been
Considering how
hesitant
you were
to do.
saying,
Well, yes. My memory and my mind are directly connected to the state of my body. The more broken up I get, the more.
Oh.
Yeah. And I have lost memories
Yeah,
before by losing parts, or forget details of things, or forget a name, or, someone's face suddenly becomes, just a white blur in my head.
Definitely not something you want to risk by fooling around with. Okay.
Yeah, I would prefer to be careful, and given I can do enough with just this and a single arm, I've been just kind of getting through life as is.
I did have one dumb idea, though. Do they still do lectures nowadays for studies?
Yeah, I do lectures pretty frequently.
Imagine how
Every
easy it
week.
would be to just get the transcript recorded, and then your arm will just write down all the notes for you. Except then you'll get random pauses and ums and ers. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh, I mean, why would I
Sorry,
write it down when I can
my
just
brain went from the
tell the computer to do it? And
my
listen
brain heard
and just
the-
type it out. Just typing's
Oh,
easy.
okay.
I can type well enough with one hand.
Okay.
I can use a computer
I don't know,
pretty
for
darn
some-
well with one. I even have fancy foot pedals at my desk now. I can.
I don't know.
Press
I've
a
heard there's something
button
about
with my
standing
foot.
desks. But
I mean, the benefits of having a standing desk are sort of lost on me in my lack of proper organic physiology, but I guess it's nice to stand sometimes.
I don't know. Maybe it's sleep deprivation, but I thought it would be a wonderful idea to just have the arm just automatically write while you do something else. I don't know.
See, you say that, but part of the process of learning is actually listening to someone telling you about something.
Right.
The note-taking is for
I was more of
memorization
a
and for you to go
learn by
back later.
doing.
Most of my professors record their lectures anyway, so it's not really a big deal.
Okay. Bad to say, maybe it was the way Grandpa taught me, but I was always more of, okay, show me how you do this thing. I do the thing. We're
Oh,
good.
there's definitely an element of that. Like, they'll do, what do they call that? A gallery presentation, where they'll go in and they'll have a cadaver set up and they'll show us how different people's bodies are, where their organ bits are and all that, and how to operate.
Okay. Well, that was lost on us, so it's pretty interesting to see that that's still going on here.
I mean, being able to see what you're supposed to, slice into to get to somebody's liver or something, preparing to do surgery on someone. In my case, doing nurse work, I'm not doing as much surgery personally. That's more specialized doctors sort of thing. But knowing how to assist any doctor should they need you is pretty important. I'm more, as a nurse, better focused towards aiding a doctor or a surgeon who is doing their work. I become their aide. I know how to handle the equipment. I know how to prepare cuts, clean wounds, all sorts of stuff. But it means that I have to know a lot of things about people and how their
Right.
bodies work and function and
Especially for
differences.
here, where people can be completely different. I've noticed that.
yeah, I thought
Massively different.
the handful of races that we had at our school was pretty wild, but then there's like sub races. There's also different races that are highly malleable in their physiology. Like, oh my god, don't ever ask me to work on a changeling because their physiology literally just shifts. Working or providing medical care for a changeling is terrifying because of the way their bodies work. Obviously, they have like a sort of a default state, but when they get to your operating table, that might not be.
They might show up as anything.
Usually, or at least shifted partially. To my understanding, when they die, though, they tend to shift back completely, or at least mostly. But if they're dead, you can't help them, so.
That's a good motto, I suppose.
And then you throw magic into the mix of all of this, and it becomes a nightmare to try and figure all of this stuff out, but that's what I want to do.
I had a little bit of
and
that.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's admirable. I'm trying to do it here actually, but certainly not to your level because
I'll give it time. To be fair, I'm
not
also
sure how many years I have on
hopeful
me.
that one day I'll be able to return to doing magical stuff, which both complicates and simplifies certain elements of medical care, but, you know.
Thunk, 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 thunk,
Oh.
thunk, thunk, thunk.
Howdy.
Yo,
Hey,
yo.
what's up?
Hey, what's up? What's good?
The pizza was a smash hit, by the way.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hey, it's good to hear. I had to take care of some minor problems, but I'm good now. What up?
Oh, we've
we
just
were
been
just
talking.
talking to Arbor about
Medical stuff,
Fuck yeah.
arm stuff. You've heard this spiel before.
Yeah, I have.
I was about to say normally I mean no offense to practitioners of magic. I'm usually skeptical of it, but then someone breaks out the healing magic and suddenly I'm reminded exactly why I love magic. I remember at one point one of my coworkers' ribs got dislodged into something and I had absolutely no idea how to fix that, and then someone just stuck their arm in their chest and suddenly the internal bleeding is gone.
Yeah,
So
I got involved in school because of that. A friend of mine got hurt while we were out when I was younger, and suddenly hands started glowing and stuff happened, and I couldn't get it to happen again, so I was convinced I should go to school and learn how to maybe use this mystery light stuff to help people. So I'm not doing anything else.
like I said, that's pretty admirable. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I saved quite a number of
Take it
lives.
from a
actually,
stranger.
now that I think about it, I mean, goodness, the number of times I had to heal my, not just my squad mates. Actually, my squad mates were relatively good about not getting hurt. Minus the one time, but that was a completely different situation. Anyways, I was on our medical team at the school I was at. That was where I initially started getting trained in mundane medicine and further expanding my knowledge on how to apply magical healing to help people.
I got two dumb questions completely unrelated to this, but
I have two
I'm
dumb
guessing
answers.
this school is no longer around anymore for you to search for records of this sort of stuff of where
I
you
have
were,
asked
where you
quite
went.
a few people, and no one ever seems to know what I'm talking about. There are schools with similar names, but no one remembers two things. One, the school I was a part of, and two, the military organization that basically founded the school and we operated as a part of. Ascension
Okay.
Academy was a school founded by the Cross-Allied Forces.
No idea who they are, so yeah. Second, and this is probably an even bigger shot in the dark, but I don't know. I remember our caravan companies have logs of this, so maybe shipping companies do. Did you ever catch the name of whatever company chartered the ships you were on?
They were all a part of the Cross-Allied Forces. Or it was
Ah,
Seymour,
damn
which
it.
was
All
the
right, good
personal
enough
ship
shot.
of our school. That was how we got around almost all the time.
Okay, I figured I'd ask.
Yes, in between classes and such. If there was a need for aid, in the world around us, we would be called upon to go and help take care of that. Like the time the Blackguard started causing trouble in Aldoria, and we were called upon to go and help with relief efforts and trying to. You don't know what Blackguard is. Basically a bunch of humans, elves, half-elves, and basically everything in between that started making deals with demons for vast magical power so they could basically fuck people's days up. It was a mess, and
Yeah, that
it wasn't
sounds-
even the first time our school had dealt with them. We had an upperclassman who had lost actually a couple of people in his squad to the Blackguard. So a lot of high emotions. I actually nearly lost a squad mate to the Blackguard because they kidnapped her and we had to go get her back out. It was a whole ordeal. It was a long day, to put it quite simply.
Oh. Things go bad, they go
I
bad.
almost got
but-
lost there, actually, now that I think about it. Using magical healing can be very exhausting, and when I get exhausted and drained of mana, I tend to, pass out.
That's something I've noticed with a lot of healers, actually. The one I talked about who stuck her arm into the person to bring their rib back was teetering for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I tend to get really dizzy and woozy and otherwise tired. When I was younger, that wasn't so much of an issue because it was just a temporary thing. I would kind of bounce back from it. But nowadays, if I try to heal people, it sticks. And there is a concern as to whether or not if I do that, I will wake up again at all, let alone with my memories. So far so good. I try to save it for emergencies, but goodness.
Hungry.
I save that sort of thing for emergencies and
Drinking.
not just using it on anyone, but each time that I've used it afterwards, minus one time where I don't know why I just didn't feel tired afterwards. Maybe it's because I'd just woken up a couple hours before. Or, I don't know. I will slowly get more and more tired until eventually I have pass out time, which for me usually happens pretty regularly unless it happens early because I do something like that, and then I'm out for a good while until eventually I come back to. It's actually part of the reason why Ashura stays with me. He helps keep an eye on me, and I keep him company.
Well, I will do my best to not have to call on you because that sounds
Well,
pretty terrifying.
feel free to call on me, but if it is a
someone's
life,
life is on the line, yeah, but
if there is no other
if I need to
option
reset
or we
someone's
don't
leg,
have
I
someone,
can try to do that. On
yeah,
my own.
for non-critical emergencies, I'm not, using that sort of thing. But if the situation calls for, I am a very potent healer. I have spent years now studying this sort of stuff and have had plenty of practice before. I am just not as strong as I used to be, especially with the state of my body. More cracked up
I'm
and
sure
broken
you'd at
I
least
am, the
point
even
for
harder it
something
is.
for me to do.
Oh, I mean, people lend me a hand pretty frequently, although you'll have to wash them before,
I washed them before going. I've been working on guns, and then
I know,
went
but stuff sticks
a
to your
desert.
bandages. And having a completely sterile environment is very important when dealing with injuries of the sort.
Oh God, you're right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Trust me, it
So
sucks too.
maybe
I've got
I'll
weird
do this
powder
hand.
skin, so I have to wipe down with disinfectant or spray or whatever, and it's always a pain in the butt. I hate it. What's up?
I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to say hi. Cause
Hi,
I
Rochelle.
fucking disappeared.
Oh, hi.
No, y'all were having a
Hi,
really
Rochelle.
good time.
What's that?
Yo, hey Arbor. long
This is
time
an
no
outfit
see,
you
how
are
doing?
wearing.
What do you mean? Yeah, it's fucking it look good, yeah?
It is tight. Like your shoulders look like you're ready to like burst out. I feel like you
Oh.
could like flex and suddenly just pull an Asha and just rip out of your shirt.
Wait, that's not it.
That's your
never mind.
boots.
Wait, hold on.
Ma'am?
Let me just do that.
Well, don't rip out of
Guys,
your jacket, please, or your corset. Please don't rip out of your corset.
no.
Oh.
That would be a
no,
little odd.
No.
Well, I know that thing is probably just about as tight as your jacket, so you know, please don't.
Just, I like, you know. I love doing
This is
that.
my
It makes
aunt.
people like distracted and stuff.
I'm crusty.
You're it.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you that name.
She's not my mom or dad, but you know, I would still feel just as awkward if
Still
my
family.
coworker, you know, suddenly.
What? Ripped my jacket off?
Tore their top off?
Not the top. Oh Jesus, no! Oh no!
My goodness. Are you okay, Miss Rochelle?
I may have fallen into the fourth dimension. One moment. Ow.
Oh, that's
Oh.
unfortunate.
I've returned to this dimension. Hi.
Alright, if you're wanting to just show off the guns, you can just calmly take the jacket off.
Okay. Oh, she's flexing. I have to do it now.
Oh boy.
It's not like I have any
You
muscles to
closing her.
flex.
But still, okay. Flexing is not just about muscle. Flexing is a language, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
It's a projection of
No, I have
self.
no idea what you're talking about, Rochelle.
All right. Well, hold on.
Yeah, and I literally just made that up, so.
The language.
And what are you saying right now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I.
Look how cool I am.
See, I used to
Pretty sure
project
if I
that with a
pulled
sword and
similar
gun.
maneuver.
Don't need muscles for
Oh.
that.
I mean, I got a sword too, but I don't like wielding it all the time.
Look, having
You could probably do like
having
flippy
experience
tricks.
with this, there is nothing more intimidating than a military woman with a sword, you know, sword on their hip, hand on the hilt, standing there staring at someone.
Yeah.
I mean, my DI
like-
never had a sword, but
Sure.
she had her ability to use me against myself, and that was equally as intimidating.
What does that even mean? Use me against myself?
She was very good at
Mindfulness.
psychology and reverse psychology, so she make you feel bad for existing.
Okay, that's what you
Mhm.
mean. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I probably could have worded that better, but
I don't know. I had this one squad mate who could literally just stare daggers into people. Actually, I'm pretty sure if she thought about it, she probably could have done that too. But like literally stare daggers into people.
Oh,
She was
That's a
him of
unique
some
magic.
cheese.
she was amazing.
you did.
She was like
You want to do it again?
she was in my squad.
Okay.
Ardenvale was the best squad, by the way. We had our shit together.
I'll keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
That is her.
Way
own
better than
version of
Vanguard.
flex.
Vanguard was always a mess. Only ever
Okay.
really
I'm glad I
rivaled
said
by
that now.
Ignis. That was just because Ignis was just, I don't know. They were out there. They were wild. I swear, if they didn't have Vevena at the time, oh my god, they would have collapsed.
Okay.
Sorry.
Retailing.
I had a
I
really,
could
really
go- I
cool
could
female
go-
squad mate who was really, really cool and relatively
Daggers,
just
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
She had that way of looking at people.
It's intimidation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I really have that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get there, Krusty.
Intimidating in like the best kind of way.
Duly noted. Actually, wait. Why am I surprised? You're the one who suggested lesbian gladiatorial combat.
That was sarcasm.
I would hope
I beg your
so.
pardon?
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you about that.
It was an offhanded comment.
It was a
You
joke,
only-
but I
It was a
thought
joke
she
at the
meant it
moment because
literally.
there were two women fighting and yelling at each other, and Charles, I walked up and he made a comment and I said, "Ah, yes, my favorite lesbian gladiatorial comment," because the two people fighting were women.
Women.
I see.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Yeah.
I was the one who brought all that on in the first place. If anyone should be receiving odd looks, it should be me.
Mm-hmm.
No. See, no. This is fine. This is fine. This is good.
What?
Don't worry about it. This is massive.
Silver
I'm
had a
worrying
great
about
stare,
it.
but she was never
No, pizza
I'm
first. then
scared of
you'll
Silver
learn,
in terms of like
math.
truly intimidated. She
Math?
had immense respect
Mhm.
for her. She never felt the sting of her
It's a skill.
stare.
Ma'am, I've done engineering. I have to do math on a daily basis.
This is the part where I break his brain a little bit.
He kind of is like, what? And then he comes back
I can hear
around.
you. Just go ahead and do it.
Stop.
Just rip the bandage off. Why not?
Crack.
Hello.
Please don't rip the
Ah.
bandages off. Wait, what?
No, that's.
Please don't
that's-
actually
that's
rip my
bad.
bandages off.
Michelle, when
No.
did you get a tattoo on your back?
Huh?
I didn't notice
Oh.
that.
Oh, you guys actually see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not something we're supposed to see. Do you need your jacket back? It's on your.
no, it's not a
On the
tattoo.
floor
I'm
over
not
there.
exactly hiding it.
Oh,
No,
is it
my
weird magic
jacket's
glowy
around
stuff?
my waist.
Like your weird magic glowy eyes?
I don't know. It's been happening for like 3 months now.
I don't know.
It's super excitable. And I feel like I can run a lot more and hit a lot more. Kind of weird.
Cool.
I had BB look at it and she said it looks like a giant paw print kind of deal.
Oh,
And then it stopped glowing and I kind of passed out. Yeah, it's
okay. I just didn't know.
No, it doesn't burn anymore.
I haven't really messed
So,
with
hey, I'm
BB a
good.
lot recently because the whole her being sick thing. So, thought
No.
okay, probably weird magic glowy stuff. I get weird magic glowy stuff too sometimes.
Probably. I don't know who to talk to about it. So
Probably not me.
The only weird
Maybe
magic
you know
glowy thing
something.
I have is a road
I don't know.
flare.
I don't know how weird magic glowy back tattoos are your thing.
Probably not.
I don't know. It looked like a bunch of weird like curves and spirals and things making a shape. So
I'm
Yeah,
knowledgeable
I mean-
in quite a few magical things, but those things tend to be very specific.
Yeah.
she knows
This one doesn't
portal's
do
real good.
anything. That's just portal real good.
Hmm.
Indeed.
Well, it's not a portal. It just burns.
I would hope you didn't have a portal open on your back.
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
I don't
it's
think so.
burning, like
Awkward.
painful burning, or like just itchy, like a
Yeah, I thought you
rash?
said
Like what are we?
Also, it wasn't burning anymore.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's not anymore.
Because if it's
I haven't
burning, that's
exactly
kind of a
played around.
concern. Because, I don't know, maybe somebody put like a curse on you or something. It itches.
I don't think I've gotten in contact with cursable things.
I don't know. People put curses on each
Stay.
other.
I've been staying in my room. Or in my friend's room.
Obviously not.
What do you mean?
I've seen you go out, and also you're wearing different clothes. And also, don't you have like a weird job somewhere else? I've seen you come back, and you're wearing like big heavy clothes and stuff, and like your funny little hat.
Yeah.
You do go out.
So
You just don't go out for
I go
leisure
out?
much. Like me.
yeah, no. I go do work, go do business, come home, make the food, and then I go knock on door and I say, "Hey, what you doing?" And then, they respond, "Oh, maybe not much," or that kind of thing. And then my life is lived.
Okay. If it gets worse,
I've got that.
Sounds good.
say
to
something
me.
though.
Yeah, I will. I'll say, "Ow." Fuck. Look at it.
Probably need
More
to
like
say
maybe you
that to a
come like
medic.
knock on my door or any of the other medics, or you send us, a little text message because we have phones. You send us, say
Yeah.
knock knock knock, hi, my back hurts. I've got this weird glowy magic thing on my back. Maybe it's magic, maybe it's not. I don't know, but I need help. And then we go, okay, let's help you with that, Rochelle.
Yeah. That sounds like the right thing. to
Great.
do.
We're on the same page. Progress.
Progress.
I'm not gonna be like one of those people who's like, "This has been a problem that's bothering me, but I won't seek help for it. I'll reach out."
Yes, I will suffer in silence. Because that
Because
is.
it will make me strong until it will inevitably make everyone have to drop
Because what
everything to
doesn't
come and
kill
help
me makes me stronger.
Or stubborn.
Or makes me lose
Yeah.
limbs.
Besides, I like.
I'm going to
living.
throw a backpack at a rock tomorrow.
What?
Actually, no. Today was Thursday. Long story.
Don't throw don't throw
Make it
backpacks
short.
at me. What the heck?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh shit.
Did you
Not
not mean
you.
me? Because you were like looking at me when you said that. You're like, I'm gonna have to throw a backpack at a rock tomorrow.
No.
Please
No.
don't throw.
Yeah,
please don't throw
I throw
things
stuff
at
back.
these.
No. Okay.
You know what I'm gonna throw
Have
at
a
you?
friend.
Nothing, hopefully.
Ink.
Please don't throw ink at me. It'll get
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
soak into my
Why would we
skin, and then
throw
I'll have
what?
to wash it
Alright,
off.
hold on.
Oh,
Then I'll
yeah.
be weird
I'm gonna
and
log in it.
bald.
Yeah, I'm gonna log into that game. I'm gonna log into that game, and I'm gonna throw some ink at you. I'm gonna.
Game?
Ah,
gonna
this must
get
be
you.
a Subway thing.
No,
Kids
I
on
know
the
what
phone.
she's referencing, and I'm gonna have to kick her butt
and
for
I'm.
it.
Uh-oh.
It's a game where
What?
you
No,
throw
I-
ink at people?
Yes, there's a race of squid people.
Yeah.
They have this thing that they do. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'd explain it, but it's
Oh, is this one of those video games?
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And she's referring to it, and
Okay.
I haven't seen you in a couple months, so I gotta make you talk to me a little bit. I'm a little frustrated.
do you even play?
Every once in a while.
You do?
Every once in a while.
All right. Well, I know what I'm doing later. Anyways,
But
yeah, it's
to
it's a
clarify
video
real
game
quick,
thing. Something to keep me busy between work and classes and going on runs.
I know a rock guy. His name is Peep. He's getting haunted by evil spirits. Didn't tell anyone. Now all of a sudden it explodes. Nearly gets everything blown up. Not you.
What an idiot.
Other guy. Yep.
How do you not mention, oh, I'm being haunted by spirits? Like, really?
It's Krusty. He speaks weird like me.
What?
You know what I'm saying? He skips details like I do. That's why
No.
we become friend.
What the heck are you talking?
No.
I understood everything he said.
Of my knowledge.
I understood everything he said. I'm saying, what an idiot about whatever his name was, the other rock person who apparently is getting haunted by spirits and didn't say anything about it. Like an idiot.
Oh.
Like, how do you not tell people, like...
And then I get punched in the
Isn't that
ribs.
like a movie thing?
So-
Like the other, like, I see dead people, you know?
I have a list of movies about that long of things to catch up on. I'm sorry.
You and me both.
I don't know.
I don't know. My classmates make reference to movies they've seen and I don't understand them, and then I have to ask, and then they tell me about the movie, and then I have to add yet another one to my list, and probably never watch it, but, you know, it's on the list.
See, do they at least do the nice thing and not call you a boomer?
I have been called a boomer before, but
Okay, I keep on getting called a boomer as well.
most of them don't look at me and think that I am an old person. They just think that I'm, like, sheltered or something, so it works.
No, I say I like jazz, and then all the Saphira and the hoodlums are like, huh, boomer. And I'm like, yeah, and your music sounds like someone slamming a
jazz.
guitar into a wall and recording the outcome.
Jazz is good. Look,
Jazz
if I
is
could,
good.
if I could play trumpet and do like the, you know, some stuff like that, like, I would, but I can't. Actually, that would be like,
I've been a saxophone
that'd
person
be like one of the
myself.
few instruments I could probably play if I had like proper fleshy lips.
You could probably get the mouthpiece
Possibly.
modified.
Because, you know, like, it only has like 3 little buttons, right?
Yeah,
How do they
Think
get so many
so.
notes out of that? Because it's like,
Arbor. It's open.
it's like 8.
Boom.
It's like a total of 8 different combinations. How do you get so many different notes out of?
The amount of air fluctuates.
Oh, is that how that works? I don't know.
Yeah, and on top of that, like I said, you could probably modify the mouthpiece to be able to suit for your skin.
Well, I thought it was you had to be able to like blow through it and like
Yeah.
like vibrate your lips or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
You
I can
do
barely
that.
blow air. I can only breathe. Don't ever ask me to do CPR. I am awful at CPR. I
Duly
literally had to get a special
Surgery, yes.
exceptions made at the school so that way I could pass a class because they were like, you can't do CPR. You're going to fail this class. And I said, I don't
Well, I
have
can't breathe,
lungs.
motherfucker.
I don't have lungs. I can barely suck air in and push it back out. And then they were like, oh, yes, that's right. You're the rock lady, aren't you? Yes. Yes, I am.
Ah, yes,
That's-
the rock
Please
lady.
don't be
That's
speciesist.
speciesist.
Exactly.
I'm
Well, no,
also-
everyone keeps
To be fair,
profiling
they
me 'cause
made
I'm
the
a
exception
human, and I
because
love
they
it.
realized, oh, you physically can't do this very well.
Yeah,
So,
there's an
no, now I
actual
have
legitimate reason.
a fun little thing that I can grab. You shove it in their mouth and you squeeze it, and that like pushes air because it sucks
Oh,
air
one
in.
of those airbags.
Yeah, it's really
Okay.
cool. It's really cool.
I've seen those
I,
once or twice.
I'm
Wait. You talking about
looking
backpacks?
for a
No.
well, I mean, I guess it's a similar concept where you're pushing air into a big sack and then squeezing it back out. But no,
I mean,
It's
at
a
that point,
contraption.
You could also call it a bellows.
it's basically a bellow. It sucks air in one side, and then when you squeeze it, it pushes air out the other side. I have seen another one that's very fancy, very expensive, where you shove it on top of their head, and it you stick the tube in their mouth and you flip a switch and it starts cycling air in, and you just do, chest compressions yourself. But it's very expensive, and apparently it's not fully trusted. Like, there's some situations where they're like, yeah, maybe this wasn't the best idea. So, hand squeezer thing, it is.
Arbor, you
If
could
it works, it
technically play a
works.
jaw guitar.
A
What?
what?
You could technically play a jaw guitar.
What the heck is that?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so it's like
lost.
this little thing. You kind of like put it into your teeth, and you bite down, and it goes.
I will have you know,
I don't
I
think
played
she
a
wants to risk her
very
teeth at that.
yeah. Also, wait, does it vibrate to do that? Is it like you said? It's a guitar, so it has like a string or something that's doing
What's
that.
a
Yeah.
string? Yeah.
I probably wouldn't like that. I don't do vibrations very well, being attached to me.
You're not picking up good vibrations.
I believe the
No.
vibrations will hurt.
I'm sorry.
At a certain frequency, yes. And amplitude tends to make it worse. No, I actually used to play an instrument.
I remember you telling me.
Yeah, I can't do it I mean, I could try, but it would be very clumsy and would not be to the full extent. Plus, I haven't done it in a while now, I guess. Very out of practice.
I know. I haven't played my guitar in a little bit.
I don't know. Either way, I should probably go check on Ashra soon, because he's been asleep for a while and he'll need someone to shake him awake, and yeah. Otherwise, he will literally sleep all day.
Get shaken awake this early in the morning. Or is he working off of a different clock?
It's more
'Cause I
like
know
he
some
just
people
takes
get up earlier than
Right.
others.
random naps sometimes, and I have to, shake him awake.
Ah,
So,
Gotta keep a
feel that.
remnant of a sleep
at the very
cycle going.
least, yeah, at the very least, he has to get out of my bed before I have to pass out, because that's like my rule. He can sleep
Okay.
in my bed if he wants it, but otherwise, it is mine. Because laying
set
on
your
the
boundaries.
hard floor, staring at the ceiling
Oh
for,
God.
7+ hours is kind
a
of...
couch or
not
a
okay.
cot or something.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's got some bedding that he uses in my room, but, it's more like if I can't be moved.
Oh, my back. Oh, God.
It's,
I don't know.
Wait, can't
do you know a good chiropractor?
a chiropractor? No, not offhand, no.
Okay. I figured I'd ask you.
Sure, you could find someone
Oh.
somewhere.
I could probably talk to one of the oldies. They might be able to tell me something.
Hmm.
Pretty
Who?
smart on that.
The
Oldies.
oldies, apparently.
Yeah.
The oldies or oldies?
Oldies with the little, with the old.
You mean with
old
an-
people. The
Just say with an L, don't...
Hmm.
Oh my goodness, Rochelle. Anyways,
Oh, speaking of
I need to
embarrassing
go
things,
set-
you didn't rip off that bandage.
What was it? What was it doing?
You were going to shatter my worldview on something, and then we had an actual intellectual conversation instead of horrifying me in some way.
Oh yeah. Get your ass over here.
Alright, I will let them handle that. I need to go check on him, but if you wanted to stick around and talk or hang out, I guess. I don't know how long you intend to stay. But,
Well,
I live here, so...
I wouldn't want to interrupt your sleep. I know you have to do that at some point. Your rest, rather.
I forget. Do you do hugs or nah?
Not frequently, if you don't mind. I'm not really much of a hugger.
Don't-
At least...
No, gotcha.
I mean, like, we're friends, but, I never really thought we were, like, that close.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just
I'm
ain't seen you,
sorry.
but missed you.
I wanna talk
That's
to my
okay.
aunt, though. If that's alright. But yeah, I don't know how long you intend to stay, so yeah, I've at least got a couple more hours until I pass out for a while, and
All right.
I'll come
What
back
is
to.
the meaning of this?
Well, I have nothing planned. If you wanted to
Oh,
go back
oh,
to your
okay.
room, just
I thought you were about to do something
what's the word that gets used? Chill?
No, gold star.
Sure, I can introduce you to Ashra.
Let's
That'll
start.
be a trip. He's gonna probably say something dumb,
Godspeed.
so yeah.
Good luck and
You're probably gonna want to mentally prepare
Good luck
yourself
and
for that one.
Godspeed.
He's a very
Good
nice
night.
guy though. Just
Oh, good night, Miss Rat.
it's a bit odd.
Thank
Good night,
he's a
you
good
too.
guy. Just don't let him be in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we're not-
two rest easy. Be safe.
What?
What?
I said walk, you know?
Yeah, he's
I thought you said
He's
what?
nice though.
Like I said
Just
something wrong. It's like, oh, I'm
really goofy, which I think helps me a lot sometimes. The past year or so has been a little rough. Getting used to everything, finding ways to cope, I guess. You know how it is, I'm sure.
Of course.
like this area. Like you go midway down and then you go all the way down that hall onto the left.
Yes. Don't look now, but crazy people are following you.
Oh no.
I'd like to think I'm not too crazy.
Just a little.
I
One of them
mean,
is a nice lady. The other one is a nerd.
Kodo called me. Oh my. Look, just because I know
More about the inner workings of an M16 than personal relationships.
don't make me crazy.
I feel as though I was about to get hit just now.
No, I wouldn't hit you.
By who?
But I do know how to hold a grudge.
Uh-oh.
Don't hold that grudge too tightly.
Mm-hmm. Not as tightly as you hold your friend.
What?
Oh.
I can play that game too,
Hold on,
Rochelle.
Hold on. Wait, what game are we playing? I don't know this verbal tug and more.
Ooh. Be careful what you say.
I am
All right,
careful.
you all have a good evening or morning.
See you around,
depending on your
Charles.
time. Take care. See ya.
Farewell.
Morning. It's not morning. I guess it's morning for him.
It can be if you think about it.
I mean, we're literally in a
just making
space station, so
software.
time is sort of relative.
Can be.
Anyways, I'm gonna bang on the door and try and wake him up. Yeah. We know.
Farewell.
Am I eyeing you? My good
Just
eye.
one? Oh, okay. Good thing I've got 2020.